Hello everyone, welcome to the class Alcohols. In the last two videos, we have studied classification and nomenclature of alcohols, preparation and reactions of dihydric alcohols, and in this last video, we are going to study about trihydric alcohols. So in this video, in trihydric alcohols, we are going to study about preparation of glycerol, preparation of nitroglycerin, classification of alcohols as primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols, then distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So what are trihydric alcohols? Trihydric alcohols contains 3 hydroxyl groups are called trihydric alcohols. For example, glycerin or glycerol as an example, which contains 3 OH group. You may give another examples: CH3, CHOH, CHOH, CH2OH. So this is another one example. So in that 4 carbon atoms, among that 3 carbon atoms bearing 3 OH groups. So like that can give number of examples. Among this, which one is important we are going to study in this chapter is glycerol. Then preparation of glycerol from propene. So how the glycerol is prepared? Propene, when treated with chlorine at high temperature, that is 773 Kelvin, it gives allyl chloride. So one of the hydrogen from this third carbon is replaced with Cl. So it is allyl chloride or 3-chloropropene-1 is obtained. Allyl chloride, when treated with aqueous sodium carbonate at high temperature and pressure, that is 423 Kelvin and 12 atmospheric pressure, the Cl group is substituted with OH group, that gives allyl alcohol. Allyl alcohol then treated with hypochlorous acid, the addition takes place here and it gives glycerol beta monochlorohydrin. With respect to this OH group bearing alcohol, that becomes alpha, and adjacent to that it is beta. If considered to this first carbon, then it is also becomes alpha and adjacent to that beta. The beta carbon bearing chloride group, and OH group is also present. So it is chlorohydrin. Glycerol beta monochlorohydrin is obtained. This, on treating with the sodium hydroxide, glycerol is obtained. So propene, when treated with chlorine at high temperature, allyl chloride is obtained. Allyl chloride, on treating with aqueous sodium carbonate at high temperature and pressure, allyl alcohol is obtained. Allyl alcohol, on treating with hypochlorous acid, glycerol beta monochlorohydrin is obtained. That, on treating with NaOH, glycerol is obtained. So what are the uses of this glycerol? So glycerol is the side product. It is the side product in the hydrolysis, acid or alkali hydrolysis of oils or fats. So oils and fats means these are lipids. So alkali hydrolysis of lipids gives glycerol as one of the product. So usually the alkali hydrolysis of oils or fats is called saponification. On alkali hydrolysis of oils or fats, it gives salts of fatty acids. That salts of fatty acids are called as soap, and along with that glycerol is also obtained as one of the product. Glycerol is used as an antifreeze in automobile radiators. It is sweet in taste, so therefore it is used as sweetening agent in confectionery and beverages. as a preservative for fruits and other eatables which require to be kept moist, making medicines like cough syrup because it is sweet in taste and thick liquid. It is like a syrup, so it is used to prepare the cough syrup, lotions, etc. Preparation of soaps and cosmetics in the manufacture of nitroglycerin, which is known as explosive. So glycerol is used to in the preparation of nitroglycerin. So what is nitroglycerin then? Nitroglycerin, which is prepared from glycerol, is also called glycerol trinitrate, which is first prepared and its properties are studied by Alfred Nobel. Therefore, this is also called Nobel's oil. The treatment of glycerol with the mixture of concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4. This mixture, concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4 mixture, is called nitrating mixture, which is in 3:1 proportion. So when glycerol is treated with a nitrating mixture at lower temperature at 10 degrees centigrade, glycerol trinitrate, that is hydrogens from the OH group, are substituted by NO2 group. All the three H from this glycerol are substituted by nitro group. So it is glycerol trinitrate, also called Nobel's oil or nitroglycerin. What are the uses of this nitroglycerin? So mainly it is used as an explosive. It is a highly poisonous oil, explodes violently when detonated. So at high temperature, it explodes violently. Therefore, it should be stabilized at lower temperatures. For that, so nitroglycerin could be stabilized by absorbing it in Kazilgar. So what is Kazilgar? It is diatomaceous earth. It is a form of a silica which is obtained from the siliceous cells of unicellular aquatic plants. So usually these unicellular aquatic plants are present in the sea water. So from that compound like silica is obtained, and that is called Kazilgar. And in this form, so after stabilizing it in the Kazilgar, this is called dynamite. Nitroglycerin is also used in the treatment of angina pectoris. So angina pectoris is a chest pain due to an inadequate supply of oxygen to the heart muscles. Another use of this nitroglycerin as a cordite. So cordite is a mixture of nitroglycerin with gun cotton. Gun cotton is nothing but a cellulose nitrate. Cellulose which is obtained naturally in the plants. The derivative of that cellulose means when it is converted into nitrate, treated with nitric acid, so cellulose nitrate is obtained, and that is nothing but gun cotton. The mixture of nitroglycerin with gun cotton and Vaseline is called cordite. It is used as a propellant to replace gun cotton. So, nitroglycerin is used as an explosive, as a dynamite, and as a cordite, and also used in the treatment of angina pectoris. Let us come to the classification of monohydric alcohols. We have studied about the classification of alcohols as monohydric alcohols, dihydric alcohols, trihydric alcohols, and polyhydric alcohols. That depends upon the number of hydroxyl groups present in the molecule. The monohydric alcohols are again classified depending upon the position of hydroxyl group present as primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So in the primary alcohols, OH group linked to the carbon having adjacent only one carbon or hydrogen. So which have just one alkyl group linked to the carbon atom attached directly to the hydroxyl group. Therefore, in primary alcohols, the functional group is CH2OH. That is alcoholic group CH2OH is primary alcohol. For examples, methyl alcohol. OH group linked to one carbon only, and that adjacent no carbons are present. Ethyl alcohol, the carbon which bearing OH group having adjacent only one carbon. Propyl alcohol, the carbon having adjacent one carbon. So these are examples for primary alcohols. Secondary alcohols, which have two alkyl groups linked to the carbon attached directly to hydroxyl group. So R and R dash may be alkyl or aryl groups. So the carbon which is linked to OH group, that is attached with adjacent two carbons. For example, isopropyl alcohol, the carbon bears two carbons on adjacent side. 3-methyl butene, this carbon having adjacent two carbons. Butene 2-ol, the carbon which is linked to the OH group having adjacent two carbons. Sorry, it should be CH3. Butane 2-ol, or it is also called isobutyl alcohol. Therefore, in the secondary alcohol, the functional group, that is CHOH. In the primary alcohol, it is CH2OH. In the secondary alcohol, it is CHOH. Tertiary alcohols, here alcohols which have three alkyl groups linked to the carbon attached directly to hydroxyl groups. See, the carbon atom which is linked with OH group, that having adjacent another three carbon atoms. For example, tertiary butyl alcohol, the carbon which linked with OH group, that having adjacent three carbons. So it is tertiary alcohol, tertiary butyl alcohol, or 2,2-dimethyl propanol, 2,2-dimethyl butanol. This carbon having carbon linked directly to adjacent three carbons. Therefore, for tertiary alcohols, functional group should be COH. So this is classification of alcohols as monohydric alcohols as primary alcohols, secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols. How to distinguish this primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols then? The one test, that is Lucas test. So Lucas test is by using Lucas reagent with alcohol. What is Lucas reagent? It is a mixture of concentrated HCl and anhydrous zinc chloride. Actually, it is a dry HCl gas and anhydrous zinc chloride. This mixture is called Lucas reagent. When alcohols treated with Lucas reagent, they will react with HCl in presence of zinc chloride. So when they react with HCl in presence of zinc chloride, the alcohols, the OH group is substituted with Cl. So alkyl chlorides are obtained. And how the alcohols will react with this and gives alkyl chlorides? That alkyl chloride formed will appears as white turbidity or like the cloudiness. White turbidity or the cloudiness appears, that indicates the formation of alkyl chlorides. So if cloudiness or white turbidity appears immediately, it indicates presence of tertiary alcohols. Cloudiness or white turbidity appears after 4 to 5 minutes. So after treating the alcohols with Lucas reagent, slowly the cloudiness or white turbidity appears. It indicates presence of secondary alcohols. Cloudiness or white turbidity does not appear at room temperature. So after longer time also it doesn't appear, but after heating white turbidity appears. Then it indicates presence of primary alcohol. This is why tertiary alcohols react immediately with Lucas reagent. They are highly reactive, reacts immediately with Lucas reagent and forms alkyl chlorides. So alkyl chloride formed appears in the form of white turbidity. Secondary alcohols reacts slowly, therefore turbidity occurs slowly. But primary alcohols do not react at room temperature. They are stable, so they do not react at room temperature. Only the white turbidity appears after heating. So that indicates the presence of primary alcohols. So when tertiary alcohols treated with HCl in presence of zinc chloride, it gives tertiary alkyl chloride. So it reacts immediately because here adjacent 3 methyl groups are present in tertiary alcohols. Therefore, the removal of OH group is easy. So substitution takes place fast and it gives tertiary alkyl chloride. So cloudiness appears or white turbidity appears immediately. But secondary alcohols which having adjacent only 2 methyl groups, so the OH group removal is slow. So cloudiness appears within 5 minutes. Cloudiness appears slowly. In the primary alcohols, there is only one adjacent methyl group is present, only one carbon. So the removal of OH becomes difficult. So it forms only after heating. At room temperature, normal temperature, there is no reaction. But when we are heating the reaction mixture, then only it forms the alkyl chloride. So cloudiness does not appear at room temperature, appears after heating. So this is the distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. This reactivity depends upon the inductive effect. If more methyl groups are attached to the carbon which link to the OH group, the electron releasing effect takes place, OH group removed easily. But as the methyl groups, adjacent methyl group decreases, the reactivity also decreases. So about this inductive effect, we are going to study in the next chapter. So I hope you understood now what are alcohols, the main classification of alcohols, preparation of dihydric alcohols, preparation of trihydric alcohols, classification of monohydric alcohols, and distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols, which is important as your syllabus. So please prepare the notes of this. Thank you.